Hello, Ron Mithril here once again, getting back to Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. We're off to Fracture Hills. It's another nighttime stage. Nice, pretty, sparkly, starry sky. So peaceful. So quiet. Let me play you the song of my people. Or maybe not.
Hello there, Mr. Dragon. You're pretty cute for a quadruped. I wish I could take you on a tour of our temple, but a bunch of lousy Earthshapers have encased it in stone. The satyrs that live here could break the stone with their magical songs, but the Earthshapers have encased them in stone too.
So, we need to go free the satyrs so that they can open up the temple for us. So in this stage we have 1 talisman, 400 gems, 29 enemies, and 3 orbs. However, we're not going to be able to complete this place in one go. We'll talk about why later on. There's also a skill point here, but we can get that. Alright, so if you find a trapped satyr, just flame them. That'll free them from the stone.
Thank you for releasing me. There are still some satyrs trapped in stone.
Nice callback to the original Spyro with the "thank you for releasing me" line. I mean, it's a simple enough line that it could just be coincidence, but that is definitely what it reminds me of. But we've rescued 1 out of 6 satyrs. So the enemies in this stage like to be a bit tricky. They like to blend in. Some of the plant life is evil. That includes bushes and also any trees you find armed with beehives. Whatever you do, don't attack while the bees are still active. It won't end well for you. You can flame the bees to make them retreat a bit early, or just wait a moment and they'll go away of their own volition. Either way, it pays to wait a moment. You can get rid of all the normal trees and bushes, but surprisingly the skill point for this stage, it doesn't have anything to do with that, it's something else entirely. For fodder animals here we have pigs, but there's something kind of funny about them. If you get a nearby satyr playing music, the pigs will go over and start boogieing down. Just kind of a fun little detail, that. Not the bees! Not the bees! So when Neo was playing this game alongside me to kind of get a feel for the flavor of the game while I was working on the title cards, he said that this stage was driving him crazy just from the music alone, but honestly, it really doesn't bother me. I actually find it kind of catchy. I don't know, maybe it's the Scottish heritage. It's kind of a racial bonus thing, plus 50 natural bagpipe resist. It's highly situational, but hey. So now we're going to start taking care of some of the central area. And here we have another new enemy type, the Earthshapers themselves. They're a bit tricky. They're immune to both charging and flaming. Also, if you approach them on the land, they'll try and hit you with their pickaxes. So glide in from above and charge them to impact them. You can push them around this way. It's not enough to defeat them, though. You need something a bit more dramatic for that. You have to push them in the lava. So long as you keep rapid-fire charging them like this, they don't have time to reset into their attack state. And that's how you deal with Earthshapers. It's all about finding a good vantage point to go against them. In you go. Now that one over there doesn't have a pool of lava behind him, so you need to find a different angle of attack. If you know how the stage is put together, it's not too difficult. Doom from above! And there we go. So back to the main path of the stage. Treasure in this stage is kind of scattered all over the place. It's very easy to miss some of it if you're not paying attention. During my practice run of the stage, there was a single red gem that I missed. I had a heck of a time tracking it down. Thank goodness for Sparks and his gem radar. You put those away right now. Now, the one thing about the bagpipe music that does kind of bother me, it's a very minor thing, but it's the fact that it's not timed very well. It always starts off the second round, but it never finishes it. It's a little disappointing, that. I think this was where I missed a gem. I just kind of glided over one of the ones over there. I was distracted by the tree with the bees. So just to make sure I didn't miss one again. Alright, we're good.
It's great to be free. Now there is only one satyr left to rescue.
So we're almost done with the main part of this stage. Also a little proof of concept, the bushes can't come down off of platforms. And we have a one-up butterfly.
My friend is locked in this room and lost the key, and you know how hard it is to find a locksmith at this time of night.
So, break down the door on the building.
Can you please help? Maybe if you hit that door really hard.
So this requires a little bit of setup. Also, I don't think there's anything back here, but just to check. Yeah, we're good. It seems like somewhere that they'd hide something. And I actually almost did leave behind a red gem. I think it was a different one, though, from the one I missed last time. Release the bees! Take the bees away, and burn!
Now that you have rescued all the satyrs in Fracture Hills, you ought to go into the temple. Music can calm the savage beast, and bagpipe music can break solid rock.
All things considered, that's kind of awesome. So, we have a few more Earthshapers to deal with now. As always, it's just finding a good vantage point to work from. And more treasure to get. Coming over this way, though, we have perhaps the most aggravating banded chest in the entire game. We'll have to worry about that a little bit later. The way to crack it open is not exactly straightforward. Also, that's actually all the enemies that we can defeat on the first run. There are 7 more Earthshapers, but they're positioned in a way that we can't push them in lava. There's another way to deal with them, but we can't do it yet. So, I know there's somebody in the comments that's been keeping track of spirit particles. Sorry about that. Here's the Earthshapers in question.
Just stand still, he says. I'll turn your boots to gold, he says. Oh, hi, Spyro. You're a sight for sore eyes. I'd appreciate it mightily if you could locate that alchemist. He owes me a favor.
Unfortunately, you're just gonna have to kind of cool your heels for a bit. There's not much we can do right now. Technically, we could go ahead and free Hunter, but there's a reason I'm not going to do so.
I've been experimenting with this potion. I'd like to test it out, but the Earthshapers out there have made going out a bit difficult. Could you kindly offer me an escort?
So, here's the problem. He has a little escort mission for us. It actually isn't too bad once you know how to do this. The problem is, once we free Hunter, he has a second part of the mission for us that requires a move that we don't have yet, and we're not going to have for a little while yet. And as soon as we leave the stage, everything resets, meaning to get to that part of the stage and do that part of the mission, we'd have to repeat this anyway. So for the sake of convenience, we're not going to do this yet.
Okay, I'll be waiting here, but Hunter will be very angry with me if I don't get this potion to him soon.
Well, you turned his feet to stone. I think he has a right to be angry. That's not my fault, that's all on you. And maybe Moneybags for being a money gate and not letting me have the move I need. There's that, too. And a 1-up butterfly. Lovely. So there are still some things that we can do here. And they make use of the Supercharge gate. There's sort of a racetrack that we can open up here. And if we go all the way over here, we open that door.
Oh, thank goodness you broke that door down for me. I thought I'd be stuck in here forever. I found this fancy orb in here. Please take it.
And so that's the one orb we're going to be getting this time. Also, as long as we're out here, may as well go over here and go in the temple. Go ahead and get the talisman out of the way, plus any gems that are in here.
Oh, hi, Dragon Boy. You're probably expecting me to be all like, you're my hero. Thanks for saving poor, helpless little me, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, short step. I was only in here because I like the peace and quiet. Anyway, the other fauns wanted me to give you this talisman.
Well, okay then.
Sorry if I sounded unfriendly. I didn't mean to.
Fair enough. Alright. So with that, back we go. For those wondering, if you supercharge into an Earthshaper, it doesn't actually defeat them. It just kind of shoves them around. Okay. Now we're going to veer off over this way and bash into that chest. I've missed a gem somewhere. Oh wait, I know where it is. I know what it is. It's actually over in the raceway path. It's kind of hard to grab all this on the way by. There we go, that's all the treasure. I always kind of forget those are there. Since they're on the raceway path, generally you're just going by so quickly that you don't even notice them at first. Alright, so time for that skill point. You can actually loop the supercharged path as much as you want. And that's what the skill point is for. You have to do 3 full laps. So just veer off here. Second lap. You have to keep this supercharge going and hit the gate every time without crashing. Okay, final lap. Keep it cool. Wonder if anybody recognizes where that was from. And there we go, that's the skill point. And I very nearly botched it right at the end, because if you crash into the pyramids for the gate, that counts as failing. So, yeah. That one, it's actually really fun once you get the hang of it. But with that, that's all we're going to be getting on this pass. So, we got the bronze flute, 400 gems, a skill point, and 1 out of 3 orbs. We'll come back for the other 2 later on. Technically, like I said, we could have gotten the second orb, but I really don't want to have to repeat the escort mission. Long-time viewers know how I feel about escort missions. There you go, that's the spirit. Get down with your bad self. So, since we had to cut our trip through Fracture Hills rather short, I think it's a good time to do another speedway. So, after a quick refreshing pause, we'll tackle Icy Speedway. Back in a moment. And we're back. It's time to take on Icy Speedway. Like the other Speedway courses, this one does give a skill point if you clear it fast enough. The cutoff point here is 1 minute 15 seconds. And the really tricky part is right at the beginning. Take out the 4 paragliders. Of course, that's only half the set. For the rest of it, get down to ground level and take out the 4 snowmobilers. It's very easy to miss them. With that done, keep running around until you find the first arch, and stay on ground level. Just keep charging along. At the next arch, go ahead and take wing. Now go after the ice skaters, but also the sea serpents. It's another one where you kind of have to mix and match a bit. Just be careful also being this close to the water. And there we go, skill point get. So we got it in 1 minute 6 seconds. Not too bad. So, time to go after the orb for the raceway. Hunter's hiding in a rather obvious location.
Good job, Spyro. Looks like you're ready for a more serious challenge. How about a little paragliding? You're not afraid of heights, are you?
So, let's go paragliding.
Great! I'll tow you behind my snowmobile and you maneuver through the rings. Don't miss any or we'll have to start over.
All you have to do is hit left and right. Just be careful because not all rings are all the way to the left or the right, so you might have to let yourself go back a little bit. Also, Hunter, that's clearly a boat, not a snowmobile. What are you talking about? Perspective can kind of mess with you on this one. It's why they try and color code the rings a little bit, but it can still be easy to mess up on this one just due to the speed. Also the sheer number of targets. But still not too bad.
Way to go, Spyro! You're even better than I am!
See, he can be a humble cheetah. But with that, Icy Speedway cleared. So yeah, that one's not too terribly bad once you know what you're doing. And just for those that want to see the name of the orb, parasail through rings. Simple enough. So with that, time to get to our cutoff point. And it's one I've kind of been dreading. And that's right over here. A little further on. Here it is. Magma Cone. There's a particular orb here that in my practice run of the game, it served as quite a wall. I was stuck on this for a while, and I expect to be stuck on it again for a while. So what we're actually going to be doing for the channel here is Spyro 2 is going to be going on break. It's October after all. So we're going to be starting up Resident Evil next time. Or if you're watching this later after the fact, the next video for Spyro will probably be up by then. But anyway, with that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well. Crystal popcorn.